Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The Greensboro Transit Agency has taken the initiative to spearhead a voter awareness and registration drive in advance of early voting, which starts on Thursday, October 15th. Joining me now to tell us the goal of this civic engagement opportunity is Kevin Elwood. He oversees marketing and communications for GTA. Hello, Kevin. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Thank you, Carla. Good to be here.
Always good to see you. Tell me, how did this voter registration concept come to be?
Well, for years, GTA has recognized the importance of community participation when it comes to voting, because voting, of course, affects many life-changing decisions that are made through the election, including education, employment, and even public transportation. Transportation can be a barrier for the community sometimes when it comes to voting, and so that's why we, along with other transit systems in the Triad area, are going fare-free, or will continue to be fare-free for Election Day this year. But because of the importance of this election as well, we decided we wanted to take it a step further in terms of educating our riders.
Wonderful. And fare-free is really important because, as you said, you don't want people to be in a situation where they wanted to get to the polls, but they just couldn't get there.
Exactly.
And I'm guessing that's one of the issues that you're bringing awareness to. And what else are you trying to educate people about as they get on the bus?
Well, again, transportation can be a major barrier to people voting, but we also recognize that another barrier of education, and especially in the days of not knowing what's true, what's false. And so what we wanted to do was to make sure that we kept to our responsibility to not only educate about being able to get to the polls, but also to help people to understand their rights and responsibilities when it comes to voting. And so we're using this opportunity to provide information to them and this covers the gamut of voting information, ranging from the general, like where do I vote, how do I register, etc., to even topical subjects when it comes to the elections, such as voter ID.
Okay, and that's all put together in what's called a voter access guide. So are you going to have physical copies of the guide available?
Yes, actually, we have a website at ridegta.com that we call Election Station. And when you visit that site, you'll be able to see the different information pieces and resources that we put together that has come straight from Guilford County Board of Elections and also from the North Carolina Board of Elections that covers the gambit of election information people may want to know. In addition, we've created a voters access guide, which not only spotlights information on voting, how to register, all of that, but also talks about how you can get to the polls using public transportation, showing the bus routes that you would use for accessing early voting, as well as what you would use for Election Day on November 3rd.
Oh, that's excellent and very convenient. Now, you are kind of doing this as a drive of sorts, so how can other groups join GTA in this effort?
Well, we, of course, would love to have community partners for this nonpartisan initiative. If there are community groups that would like to participate and partner with us, they can give us a call. They can contact me at 336-412-6309, or they can email me at kevin.elwood@greensboro-nc.gov. It's important that they contact us by Friday, September the 11th, so that we can make sure to include them in all of our promotional materials.
Okay, I'm sure you're going to get quite a few phone calls and several emails, because this is always a really important way for a community to come together as community and make sure that folks have access to the information that they need to get registered in time to be able to vote. And when will your voter registration drive wrap up? Is that September 11th, or you'll just keep going beyond that?
Well, as far as the initiative Move to the Polls, we're going to continue that throughout the election season, because we want to make sure that we're providing up-to-date, accurate information to the community. And so as information out there changes, we want to be able to address it. So we will be running this initiative through Election Day on November 3rd.
Okay, well, that's going to be here before we know it.
Yes.
It's the clock counting down as we speak. Well, thank you, Kevin Elwood. It's always good to see you, and I love how you incorporate GTA and get the buses involved in some of the more important topics that face our community, and we appreciate that initiative, and I'm sure you'll get a lot of group support.
Well, we appreciate the support that we received so far, because one thing that we do always emphasize with GTA, and that is united we ride, which means that together we can accomplish so much, whether it is fighting the pandemic or even when it's coming to educating our riders about election and responsibility. So we're really excited about this initiative.
Absolutely. Well, I know a couple of groups I'm going to send your way so that they can be part of this great effort.
Yes.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for some useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us.